Greetings everybody. So something really interesting happened recently. Most of you heard, a young man named Angus T. Jones was recently converted to Christ. More specifically, the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The star from the sitcom 2.5 Men was interviewed by the Forerunner Chronicles, whose original name is Christopher Hudson. Now at first I didn't really know who this person was because I've never seen 2.5 Men before. But after realizing who it was, I was so humbled to know where he came from to fully admit that he's now a Christian. Now there's a reason why I'm making this video, because it's something that I really thought about after seeing his conversion. Typically when we see things portrayed out there these days, and I'm talking about along the lines of the music and the film industry, you typically hear things like this.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know.
And so I sold my soul to the devil.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me.
Right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
You know, have you seen the movie?
No, I've not.
I'm sorry, you've not seen the movie?
Not just yet.
Yeah.
I prefer the experience. I mean, making the film is great.
Right.
The process is all fine, but then he's up there.
Right.
Now usually on first glance we'll class these people as servants of the devil, people who are just completely evil and people who have no chance of salvation. For example, Jay-Z knows fully well that he's against Christ. I mean, you can see by his shirt it says, "Do as thou wilt," which is the only commandment of the Church of Satan. Because of that, we typically think that Jay-Z is a very evil person. And again, we notice other people in the industry showing signs that promote Freemasonry, paganism, Egyptology, and and so on. Now, I'm not excusing it, because although I know this is all evil, and although we know that these people hold fast to these kind of spirit, we kind of think that, or in other words, we kind of condemn them to damnation, but we forget one main principle. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3 and 4 says, "For if the gospel we preach is hidden, it is hidden only for those who are being lost. They do not believe because their minds have been kept in the dark by the evil god of this world," which is Satan. He keeps them from seeing the light shining on them, the light that comes from the good news, the gospel, about the glory of Christ, who is the exact likeness of God. So like I said, I'm not trying to excuse their behavior. I'm not saying that everything is okay in what they're doing. What I am trying to say is that Christ died for these people, and he wants these people and more to be impacted by the gospel. You know, the same way the gospel has impacted our lives as well. And based upon Brother Angus's testimony, this is exactly what I witnessed, because it shows us that God is still trying to call his people from all walks of life. That can be from the music industry, the film industry, or even the Church of Satan himself. Revelation chapter 18 verse 1 says this, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues." So friends, for God to say come out of her, my people, means that God's people are being called everywhere. And when we come to this understanding, our mindset should be a mindset towards praying for them. Because if you really think about it, they're only doing what natural sinners do. Sinners sin. But when the glorious gospel of Christ comes to the conscience, the results will be seen based upon what happened to Brother Angus. As the truth of God's words came to his life, it was literally game over for Satan. Now if you want to watch a full video, I believe some of you may have already watched it, you can click on the description and it's located right there. So friends, I really have to say praise God for what he has done with Brother Angus and what he's going to continue to do with Brother Angus, because he has heeded the call to come out of Babylon, and that came through the results of the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. So the basis of this video is to pray for Brother Angus and to also pray for those people who are lost in the industry. Because if God recognizes that some of his people are still in Babylon, we too should recognize that and spread the world with the glorious gospel of Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.